We're still over a month out from President-elect Donald Trump taking office, but his proposed policies are already sending some world leaders into a tailspin. The tension between Trump and Trudeau continues to escalate, growing to include Canadian premiers and other public figures. Tessa Bennett has those details. Good evening, Tessa.
Good evening, Manisa. It seems the closer we get to Trump's official inauguration, the more drama there is between our country's political leaders. And this week, the likes of Elon Musk and Ontario Premier Doug Ford are even chiming in. The tension between President-elect Donald Trump and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is still going strong, and it's spreading. Tech billionaire and newly appointed leader of the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk, is adding to the political drama, calling Trudeau, quote, an insufferable tool. The comment comes in response to the Prime Minister appearing to compare U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris's loss in the presidential race to an attack on women's rights and progress. Trudeau made the statement while speaking at an event hosted by the Equal Voice Foundation on Tuesday night, adding, quote, just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president.
I guess there's two issues here. There's kind of the schoolyard taunts, which are going back and forth a little bit, insults, criticisms, whatever you want to make of it. And then there's the serious, I guess, threats and potential steps, action with regard to trade restrictions or potentially more.
And Musk isn't the only one who the comment didn't sit well with. Some of the country's premiers are chiming in too.
They aren't helpful at all, and yes, it was brought up in the, I'm not going to say who said what, but it was brought up a couple times in our meeting. It's not helpful at all. Donald Trump was elected democratically. If you like him or you don't like him, that's not our issue.
Ford addressed the media after a meeting between the Liberal government and other provincial and territorial powers on Wednesday to discuss Canada's approach to negotiations with the U.S. He went on to say he thinks the PM, quote, got the message when the premiers expressed their dislike towards his comments. This rise in tension between varying levels of government comes after Trump has been taking subtle jabs at Trudeau, referring to the Prime Minister as the governor of what he called the great state of Canada. The apparent joke started in response to Trudeau's concern over the threat of 25% tariffs being tacked on to Canadian exports once Trump takes office, with the incoming president saying Canada should join the U.S. as its 51st state to avoid the costly measure. Professor Fagan says all of this tension could make its way onto the playing field when it comes time to negotiate a new trade deal, saying the drama within Canadian political parties may make the next trade negotiation less effective than previous ones.
The circumstances have changed to a certain extent. That previous negotiation was in the Liberal government's first term. It had a strong majority government, other factors as well. Now you have likely a change of government. The Liberal government is kind of long in the tooth, and there's a lot of internal politics being played out, including in the context of, Premier Ford probably calling an election sometime in the winter. So you may not have that united front.
Incoming President Trump also made headlines for other reasons this week, with Time magazine naming him Person of the Year for the second time.